he keeps like smouldering at me. He's like,
I'm very attracted. Hopefully you feel the same way.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All-Stars Season 3, Episode 16. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. We are continuing the game that they were playing at Villa USA. We have Cher, who throws it back on Jack because she wants to share a bed with him. Honestly, this is why you can't speak ill over people, because not Jack thriving. Not Jack thriving. Oh gosh, the same karma that went to Whitney's ops is now coming to me as Jack's op. Oh god, oh god. Anyways, then we have Kira, who kissed Tommy because she thinks that his connection won't last on the outside. And she also kissed Jack because she fancies him the most, or something like that. Yemen kisses Whitney because they have sexual tension. Scott kisses Cher because she has the nicest lips. Zach kisses... Right. Scott did kiss Cher because he had... Now, here's the thing with Scott. Scott is making it seem like, oh, Cher was just so on me, so on me. Was she? I don't know. Later on, he's going to say, oh, she was just so upset that I'm not in that villa anymore. I don't know if... I don't think Cher is as down bad over Scott as he's trying to make it seem. If anything, it probably was a mutual attraction. So, I don't know. That's interesting. Then we have Zach, who kisses Belle because she's the naughtiest. Imani kisses Jack because she wants to explore things the most with him. Okay, girl. Yemen kisses Belle because he knows that he shouldn't. And then he says Sean doesn't give her the man vibes that she needs, right? So after the game, Bella's in her head like, man, should I be more open? Like, did I invest prematurely into Sean? And I'm like, girl, truly, why you invested in Sean at all is beyond me.
Sense of loyalty to Sean, I do, and I don't know why. Maybe I should be more open than what
I think you should.
Yeah, we're not here for that. That comment was fucking mental. A lot of fun until that man comment. Showing that emotion makes you any less of a man. Because I wouldn't give direct and strong opinions against Sean if I didn't think he was a man.
Now Scott is like, you know, I don't appreciate that they're calling him less of a man because of the tears. I don't even think that it was about the tears, to be honest. Like, men cry. Like, I know that we're in this era of, oh, we love that men are embracing their emotions more and they're down for therapy and all those things. But like, this specific demographic is not the type to perpetuate the narrative of like, oh, you're weak ass, weak sauce, whatever, just because he cried. And before the keyboard warriors get active, I'm even thinking of the Cash situation. Hell, people were now spreading this narrative that maybe the villa is so emotional because they saw how Cash was so well received after he got emotional, even though like he did have a lot of likability before he cried. But yeah, people watching Love Island right now, for the most part, melt when they see a guy cry, more so than thinking he's less of a man because he's crying. So I'm like, I don't think that's what Yemen is saying. The same reasons why Scott was coming for Sean are probably the same reasons why Yemen doesn't see him as a man. He doesn't see him as somebody who stands on business, who stands on certain principles, who walks with integrity, who just, you know, is very self-assured about himself. Like, there's so many other reasons. So to boil it down to the crying thing, I'm like, I feel like this is the producers trying to do some kind of like character arc for Scott to be like, guys, he's not evil, he's okay with vulnerability, like, please, not too much on Scott. I don't know. But anyways, I think it had more to do with the other stuff than it did with the tears. And then someone on Discord said it probably was an age thing as well. That could be a factor. Don't know. Then it's interesting to hear Belle say she has this loyalty that she doesn't understand where it came from. This is, I'm telling you, it's the, I almost said Scott. It's the Sean effect. Sean has this way of coming across like a little puppy dog, like an injured bird. And so you feel like you want to nurture him and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, whatever. But tell me this, Belle, do you want to be with a man that you pity? Do you want to be with a man that you pity? Because this doesn't sound like desire to me. This doesn't sound like yearning. This sounds like I feel bad for him and I don't want to make him feel worse. So the USA people get a text and they have to decide which girls and guys are staying. The people who are not staying are going back to the main villa, obviously. So the guys chose to keep Whitney, Belle, and Millie, meaning Helena's going home. And the girls decided to keep Tommy, Jack, and Kieran, which means that Scott is going back to the other villa. I did not expect that. I thought, if anything, Kieran would be most likely to go back. Yeah, Kieran just doesn't seem as open to me. He's talking about, oh, I need this like wow factor. I really need something. And honestly, it could be a situation where people have been talking about Love Island and how the decisions they make on the spot are premeditated. And so if somebody said, oh, I want to get to know Kieran, it's almost as if that decision is now locked in and they can't change that, because based on how Kieran has been moving, I don't see him being super invested. Even in their speech, Imani was like, I hope that whoever is staying is going to be as open as possible. That sounds like you're aware that one of the guys, at least one of the guys, is not going to be super open. So yeah, that was odd. But anyways, long day for Helena. Hell, long season for Helena. Damn, girl. And she's feeling away because she's like, I'm literally the most single you can be. And you're sending me back. But babe, if they don't like you, they don't like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Like, I don't see the point of you staying and then having your self-esteem shot once again because the guys aren't actually pursuing you. Like, I do understand the frustration, but also you staying is not going to make that any better. On their way out, Tommy tells Helena, please tell Lucinda that I still want to get to know her, blah, 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 whatever. Cool, right? So when Scott and Helena return to the villa, of course, they are spilling all the tea, more so Scott.
There's 3 American boys and 3 American girls there.
No way.
So they've decided between them who they want to stay.
Wait, so what did you guys get up to?
There was a lad who made a fucking comment about you.
He's just said Sean's not manly enough.
Fucking feels shit telling you this.
Millie obviously was getting to know Zach.
And Millie is enjoying herself. Really? Kieran looked at me jealous at the fact that I was going back.
Scott's new... I don't know. Scott, like, don't get me wrong. I never thought that Scott was bullying Sean in any kind of way. Y'all know that. Y'all saw the videos, right? But this new, like, oh no, I'm really there for you, Sean, and I don't like that guy said, oh, the big bad Yemen. How could he say that about? I was just like, and honestly, it vindicates Sean in this moment because Sean said, you're one way to me when it's just us, but whenever a new person comes in, you act like we're the best of friends. Sean clocked it, and here Scott is proving the point. This does not feel organic whatsoever, but fine. Then as he's telling Curtis about the time that Millie is having, I actually wish that he put even more sauce on it. Yeah, put some stank on it, child. Because Curtis needs to get it in his skull that the girl don't like you. Yeah? If he's not going to hear it from her mouth and he's going to rationalize things like, oh, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that. No, this is how she is when she actually likes somebody. You see what it looks like? It's not this. It's not what you have with her. Cool. Then what else happens in the Villa USA? We have Yemen, who says that he likes Whitney's confidence, and I don't doubt that. But Yemen to me he still doesn't come across as the guy who Whitney really needs. Overall, this is based on how Whitney is as of today. Overall, the guys that she has gravitated towards are guys who are not going to come to her defense whenever she's in drama, which seems to be often. So I just don't see this working. Like, even on her season, she liked Zach for a moment. He's conflict averse. She liked Mehdi, conflict averse, unless the conflict is with her. And then she also ended with, what's that man name? Oh, not me forgetting him already. What's his name? Locken. Yeah. And well, yeah. And then now, Jack, Connor, Yemen. I'm just like, baby girl, unless you're trying to be different, like come across softer, come across whatever, if you want to be this strong personality that you are, you're going to have to find somebody who complements that. And I don't see that being Yemen. Now, I'm saying that as if this was serious. Do I see it as serious? No. No, I don't. So for the meantime, Whitney, have your fun. But if it ever is going down the road of could this be serious, I need her to actually look at the compatibility of it all and assess things accordingly. Then we have Zach and Millie, who say that they really enjoyed their kiss. They felt like they were basically the only people in the room. They both didn't want the kiss to end. Curtis. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that Curtis heard that. Then we have Tommy and Kira. I don't understand this connection. I don't get it. She says, yeah, our conversations really flow. Mind you, the conversation was about earrings, teeth, and nose jobs. All right, moving on. In bed, Scott and Leanne have a conversation about his time in the villa. And I get that he's trying to jump ahead of the rumor mill. He lets her know, yes, I did kiss this girl. This girl was on me. And yeah, it was just in a game. Nothing happened on the outside. And Leanne says, fair. He sensed some attitude. There probably was a little bit of like annoyance behind the fair. But I'm just like, you're telling her this in bed like she just reunited with you. I don't know. Like Scott needs to be just a little more aware sometimes when it comes to Leanne. It's interesting. Because how he didn't realize, yeah, maybe this is not the time to bring it up. He easily could have said, a game happened. I could talk about it with you more, but right now I just want to spend time together. We just reunited. You know what I'm saying? Then you can address it afterwards. And if, because we don't know if she would, but if Helena comes and says, oh, hey, by the way, this happened, Scott already said it preemptively. So it's like he had the intention of telling you. And if you would have allowed for that conversation to be fleshed out, you would have known. So I don't know. It was just wrong timing for me. So I understand her response, but he seemed to be annoyed by her response. Anyways, then we have Tommy, who wasn't being forthright with the whole sleeping arrangement thing. Kira wished that he would have voiced that he wanted her to sleep next to him. Instead, he said, oh, I just thought that you would jump into bed. And she's like, well, I thought that you would ask me. So instead, Jack asked her and they shared a bed. And then Tommy actually shared a bed with, who did he share a bed with? Imani, I think it was. Yeah. Then we have Lucinda in the main villa who's fronting as if she's worried about what Tommy's up to. Girl, you don't care. You do not care. But let's say she does. Tommy's on tour. Well, I lied. It's not really Tommy who's on tour. It's Kira on tour. Kira is working for the Birkin. If you guys are old-time Love Island review watchers of this channel, you know where that working for the Birkin comes from. Kira's working for that Birkin. Oh my gosh. So she's kissing Tommy. Jack is kissing Imani. Didn't I tell y'all I was scared of Imani because she just be entertaining the weirdest connections. But anyways, then Jack turns around and kisses Kira. And then Kira turns around and kisses Tommy again in the evening. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There was a quick conversation between Carrington and Belle, but it is going to be important. Essentially, this guy is just fishing for combos, fishing. I'm glad that I felt like he was fishing the episode before because he's definitely fishing now. He's like, I'm an attractive guy. I'm sure you think so as well. I can't. And the gag is, you are attractive, but no girl wants to see their man as pompous, and you're coming across as pompous right now. Later in the evening, she's gonna ask the girls, like, is it an American thing for him to do this, like, smolder all the time? And they're like, no, that's a Carrington thing. Carrington, you're scaring the hoes. Scott and Leanne finally have a conversation about all of this tension that they have between them, and honestly, it was a pretty candid conversation.
I wasn't the one in the bottom three, but I was just so stressing about you going home. Yeah, I'm sorry I made it about me. I didn't mean to.
You wouldn't have gone home with me, which, again, I would have never expected for that. It's like, no, I wouldn't have done that. I feel like if it was said in that way, I don't really like that.
I think my delivery in a lot of things can be bad.
To clarify from yesterday's episode, I don't find an issue with Scott being like, it is too early. It's the way in which he answered that made me be like, oh my gosh, like, he just said it so flippantly. And it's like, well, damn, do you care about the girl? Like, I don't know. It made me question if he truly did like Leanne or if he's just here for entertainment purposes. And in that moment, it gave me entertainment purposes. And I did not like that. I didn't like that for my good sis. So, yeah, it's not necessarily wrong that he said it. I just wish it wasn't so flippantly. And then the way that Leanne heard it from Sammy, it sounded like he was disgusted at the idea of having to leave the villa with her. So I can see why she's feeling a way about it too. So thankfully they were able to hash that out. He also does admit that the previous night he made the dumping situation more so about him than about her. He admits that he should have been more aware of how her feelings would have, or how the public's reception of her would have made her feel, and he could have comforted her more, which is good. Then Leanne is like, oh, well, it's good that we had a test because I think we were just sailing too smoothly. I would say yes and no, right? So this kind of feels like she's self-sabotaging here. The both of them, they're expressive, but they're also not at the same time. And I don't know how to explain it because we don't get to see much of them anyways. So we don't really see them having deep conversations. We just see them vibing, just attached to each other, enjoying each other's company. But are they having tough conversations? To me, when people say like, oh, we need a test, it's those things that I would like to see. Like, let's talk about the conversations that might get on each other's nerves. Let's get to the nitty-gritty on whether or not we are compatible. Now, sending in another girl and him exploring that connection, I don't think that that's what Leanne wants. But she's now trying to make it seem like, oh, it's okay. Like, you explored, you had your time, but you didn't want that. I think the smooth sailing is the lack of deep conversations, and that is the test that they need. Let's butt heads a little bit, and let's see how we resolve conflict from here. But a lot of people are thinking that Leanne is self-sabotaging. I think there's an element of that. I'm also not sure what's going on with Scott. I'm not sure if he's like still feeling the tension between them because he didn't seem as affectionate as he typically does. Or could it be that he's still thinking about the other villa and maybe where things could have gone with Cher? Or is it just a rough day? Sometimes you just don't be in a mood. So yeah, I'm still feeling out the situation to see what's going on with Scott. Cher and Kieran talk about what he is looking for in a relationship. He says that he wants a reassurance from his partner, and she says that she could do that. Even in this moment, she's giving him reassurance. She actually wants to pursue him, and she's willing to see where things go as long as he is open to having deep conversations. Me personally, I don't really see it. I don't, but he is trying, so I'll give him that. Then we have Lucinda and Sean, who are trying to reignite something now since they are essentially single at this point, which proves Scott's point yet again. He was like, I don't think you're being real because when Lucinda came, you were just happy-go-lucky and all of a sudden you're off her. That's not real. So now look how giddy he got now that Lucinda is basically a free agent. So yeah, Scott definitely clocked that one. In the evening, the girls are getting ready and they actually say that Jack is up there for them. This is all of them. Let me not do too much. It's not that I don't see the potential with Jack. It's just that Jack really annoyed me. He really annoyed me with the whole Whitney situation. And honestly, he'd be going through the same thing. If he really likes Imani, Imani is outspoken too. Kira, not so much. Cher, I don't even remember Cher too tough, to be honest with you. But like, I don't know. He didn't handle that situation well enough. And it's not to say that he needed to stay with Whitney, but how he went about that situation for me wasn't reassuring enough for Whitney or for any girl who would want to pursue him. So that's why I'm just like, I don't want none of these girls fooling with the guy. But in theory, I do get the intrigue with Jack. I do. In theory. I just don't like it in reality. The UK girls call over the American guys and they're talking about bare minimum stuff. And like, it was Yemen who says that the UK girls just accept bottom of the barrel behavior, and they do co-sign that. And at first I was gonna be like, well, it kind of just depends on who you get. I have heard though that the guys in the UK don't really put in as much effort as other people, and we did see that on Love Island USA. The UK guys, outside of like Miguel, yeah, the UK guys, they don't really be giving. But then again, in my personal experience, the guys who are really nonchalant have been American guys. So I think it just depends who you get. But then when the girls were talking about icks or non-sexual turn-ons, it does seem like they do accept the bare minimum. So yeah, that's unfortunate for them. Please want more for yourself. Then Whitney and Yemen touch base, and for the sake of getting Connor out of the picture, I'll allow it.
Why? What is with you and my vibe?
They looking nice tonight. Nice and chocolated, huh? Yeah, I need to chill out. I really enjoy getting to know you 100%.
You got brown eyes.
I think we have the same color eye color.
My eyes are dark.
Guys, now that I'm watching this again, and of course, for YouTube purposes, it is chopped up, but watching this whole scene in full, the man is just like pecking at her. Like, my sister, it's not looking good, sis. It's oof, oof. Sorry, I forget your name on Discord, but whoever pointed out what Connor's people posted on his Instagram, thank you, because after that, after them purporting as if he's this victim or whatever, please, down with Connor. Don't get me wrong, it was not nice what she did in the bed. That was not nice. That was not nice. To be like, oh, I wish you would have went home over. That's not nice. And I just put some stank on that too. She didn't even say it like that. But we're going to pretend like Connor was just so enthralled by Whitney. Connor was enamored as soon as he came in regarding Whitney. You want me to believe that? The man doesn't have options. Whitney at that point did not have options. They came together by circumstance. You really want me to believe that Connor is just down bad for Whitney? No. Save it. So yeah, if that means I have to accept Yemen, then fine. I will take it for my viewing pleasure, because yeah, Connor could go, respectfully. Then we have, what's his name now? Scott telling Curtis, yeah, man, listen, I think it's a wash, and thank you. I wanted him to give more vim regarding the whole Millie situation. Yes, it's a wash. And then we see Millie and Zach just amalgamated into one human being. They are just, wow, like white on rice. Love it. Just as bland as white rice, but they seem to suit. So I love that for them. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.